Over the last few months, we've seen Micheal Olise being linked with the move to Real Madrid, and it only has been Bayern Munich that's been holding out and saying that it's impossible for them to hand over Micheal Olise. But I think there is a way for Bayern Munich to also get a win out of this situation, because when you look close into this situation, Real Madrid does have an overload of right-footed players at the club by the name of Kylian Mbappe and also Vinicius Jr., who are both players that usually tend to play on the same side of the pitch, and that's when you look at the heat map from their recent game that they played. So they are overloaded with players that are right-footed. So if Bayern Munich gets to put the pride aside and actually think about the situation from a more of a strategic plan, they can actually get Real Madrid to release either Kylian Mbappe or Vinicius Jr. And also Bayern Munich does have a talent by the name of Leonard Carl at the club that they can create a pathway for in order for him to get some reps and to get some experience in playing for the first team. But now, to speak in a perspective of Real Madrid, this is actually a move that would actually help them a lot in going into the next season, because right now currently at Real Madrid there's a heavy imbalance in the team. You have your best player that is scoring a lot of goals for you by the name of Kylian Mbappe, bringing in 25 and 30 goals per season, but your penalty taker at the club is actually Vinicius, who has never scored a 20 goal season ever in his career before. That's speaking only on the La Liga side now, not including the Champions League. There is an imbalance in the dressing room because your top goal scorer is not scoring goals, and you have your second fiddle player taking all the penalties, and he's doing that because he's the vice captain at the club. But also the other thing about Vinicius is that he has more yellow cards than Kylian Mbappe has ever gotten. So it doesn't serve Real Madrid to keep Vinicius at the club. They should release Vinicius, because even with him, he is the most ill-mannered player that I've ever seen in Real Madrid colors, whether it's the racial slurs, the dancing, and recently he was the one that was having issues when Xavi Alonso substituted him out of a game. He openly attacked the coach. While Kylian Mbappe is also ill-mannered, he was only having issues when Real Madrid wanted to do a guard of honor for their main rivals in the name of Barcelona. But either way, there's no stopping this Micheal Olise to Real Madrid move, because Micheal Olise recently deleted all his pictures out of Instagram, even the pictures that he took when Bayern Munich won the league. And after that, you saw Real Madrid doing a backpedaling by saying that they are not involved in any sorts of tapping, because you know, if they are caught tapping players, they would be actually suspended from buying any new players in this transfer window and the next following transfer window. But there's no way of keeping a player that's a big star at your club if they don't want to stay and remain, because we've seen recently with Alexander Isak at Newcastle when he forced his way to a Liverpool move. Bayern Munich, in my honest opinion, should just release Olise, but out of the deal they should get the best player they can get and also get the financial compensation. I remember years ago when Diego Costa was playing for Chelsea and he got a message from Conte saying that he is not in his plans and he should stay home or maybe manufacture a move away from the club. And Diego Costa spent about 4 months at home just chilling in Brazil, and that's what players can do. They can stay away at home, just like Alexander Isak also never returned when he was at Newcastle. He didn't want to come back to training. And recently Bayern Munich was looking at signing Rio from Liverpool, a right-footed winger, and in this case I don't think that's a player that can help them initially right now. That's a player that would help them in the future, but instead they can look at getting maybe Rodrygo or Vinicius from Real Madrid out of this deal. But the one stumbling block that I think would stop the move from happening is the fear of Perez seeing Vinicius wearing Barcelona colors, because that's the only move that I think would haunt them, just like you saw in previous years when Samuel Eto'o first started playing for Real Madrid, but then he moved to Barcelona to win a lot of titles with them. But either way, there's no stopping this move from happening, and I just think that Bayern Munich should be smart about this and get some financial compensation and get Vinicius out of the club, because Real Madrid does want to release one of the 3 wingers, whether it's Rodrygo, Kylian Mbappe or Vinicius. Till next time, peace.